Hello, beautiful souls. Happy Monday. Karen Louise coming to you live from beautiful Vancouver. And I have a beautiful, gorgeous soul joining me for a conversation today called Maria. So I'll just wait to see her. How is everyone? How was your weekend? Hello, there you are. Beautiful. About ascending with ease, grace, and flow, because that is absolutely 100% possible. And hello.
Hi again.
Twice in one day. I am so lucky.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was a crazy ride.
So here we are. Happy Monday, beautiful. How are you?
Oh, to you as well. I'm so happy to be here with you. Thank you for inviting me.
You're so welcome. And beautiful Maria is in Mexico City, and she is a light language queen, I like to call her. She is a new earth leader. She is anchoring in earth templates through sound and frequency and vibration and all of her beautiful magic. And we connected, I don't even remember when it was, because I've lost track of time, but I think it was in the summertime, and I just saw your profile on Facebook, and I was like, oh, she's just radiating, and I just had this intuitive nudge to reach out to you to see if you've heard of Healy. And long story short, here we are on this beautiful path together to raise the vibration of the planet, to help people claim back their power, become more sovereign with their time, their money, and their health, and to really help raise levels of consciousness. And I know that there's no coincidences. We're here doing this together. And I wanted to get Maria on today and just share a bit about her ascension journey. And she's got this ascension toolkit that I absolutely love. So she's going to tell us a little bit more about that. And yeah, she's a wealth of knowledge. So I'm sure just by hearing her speak, you're going to get activated in some way, shape, or form. So welcome, beautiful Maria.
Thank you so much, dear. It's lovely to be here. We should do this more often. It's really fun to co-create, and it's just so dynamic, and really just being vessels so that the codes can flow through us to anyone watching, and anyone watching the replay. It's all in the quantum field anyway. So yeah, let's just start.
Right. So your ascension, I think you said in 2012 is when you kind of started on your...
Yeah, no, a few years earlier, but I was talking earlier about the ascension of the planet, which really for real started in 2012 when she started on her trajectory towards higher realms. Like she was a third dimensional planet because she fell in consciousness, and with that everyone else on the planet fell with her, because we needed a new process of learning, just to make it really short. And so, but this preparation for everything that is going on now started, it's more than 100 years ago, really preparing us for this incredibly accelerated shift that we're all taking part in right now. But everything starts with Mother Earth, because she decided that she was ready for an ascension. So basically she was earlier a fifth dimensional planet. She fell into the third density, and now heading towards being a star, really. But that affects us. So we decided, all humans and animals and everything on this planet right now decided to be here for this special time.
Wow.
And many people, they don't know, like they are not in remembrance of the soul choice that they made. Nonetheless, we are all going through this because we live on this planet. And so, well, this is what the ascension is about. The Earth is ascending, and for that reason, humanity is also ascending. And what does that mean? So basically, that means we are in the process of raising our vibration, a collective up-leveling of our consciousness, as consciousness is the same as the spin, how fast our vibratory field is spinning. And that is also every little cell, every little atom, every little particle, quantum particle of who we are is getting an upgrade, because we wanted to have a new experience, also because it was not really a choice for Mother Earth. Either everything would collapse, which it has done many other civilizations, and also we probably experienced it in other lifetimes. And so this time we will do it differently, and we are doing it differently. So basically that means for the human being that we are, before we came into the human form, before we incarnated into the planet, we made a soul choice that we wanted to be part of this one way or another.
Wow.
So many people are not aware that they are in this process, and maybe they also, many might not have raised their hand to say, I want to ascend in this lifetime. Maybe you're just here to watch. And all choices are very much honored. Everyone is here in as a sovereign soul choice, and it's really important that we all understand this. It's like the game of life needs all the different co-creators. We all have specific roles that we are here to play. Many are just catalysts for others who have decided that they want to ascend. And we need to be able to transcend and go beyond the subconscious human ego mind programming. We need all of these actors. Let's just call it actors. We are all on the same stage, and we have different roles, and we need all of it to be able to meet ourselves and see where we have some subconscious programming in our deeper layers, and without the catalysts, it's impossible to see them. So yeah, it's a lot of that going on at the moment, a lot of catalysts or triggers, you can also call it. So, and then it's our job to, this is why we're here now, talking about how can we be present and allow and surrender into these processes of catalysts, meeting ourselves and all of our wounds, all of our, I mean, it is wounds because many of us have been through quite traumatic experiences during this lifetime, and also many other lifetimes. It's a lot in our ancestral lineages as well. But nonetheless, it's all here to be seen and to come to the surface. And for that, it is amazing gifts to have a toolbox that we can turn to once things, well, I sometimes use a bit of bad language when shit hits the fan. It's good to have somewhere to go to. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And yeah, like when sometimes the ascension awakening process, it can be painful and it can be feeling like you're in a wormhole, and it's a struggle. So gosh, I wish I had this toolkit kind of when I was waking up. And I know that we were talking before about how, you wish you had these supportive tools, because you can just move through things with so much more ease, grace, and flow. It doesn't have to be this long, drawn out, really awful experience. So what's some of your favorite tools in this ascension toolkit? I love it.
Yeah. So the thing is that when I woke up like 15, 16 years ago, I would like to say, it's not woke up and others are sleeping. It's like just a way to describe how it feels, that suddenly you just wake up with the same reality around you, just see it in a different way. And it's like waking up in the morning from a dream you had, except this one is a little the other way around, because you wake up to see reality for what it truly is and not the illusion. And when that happens, something happens to the body as well, because we are going to bring our bodies with us through this shift. And that requires an incredible amount of patience. I would say also awareness, so that we don't get completely lost in the process of going into fear mode of what is going on with my body, what is happening, why can't I think straight, why are my thoughts going rampant, why am I so emotional, why can't I do the same things that I used to do. So basically, to make it really short, everything is going to be flipped upside down. Nothing you did before will make sense, and you have to kind of relearn everything. And with that comes teaching the body how to react and respond to the new environment in a new way. Because when a lot of light is coming in, it's like the soul is descending and the body is up leveling to meet the soul. So it's like we have to prepare and nurture, hold our bodies in gentleness, in softness, in safety, like, and safety in a different way than before, allowing it to surrender into whatever is experienced in any now moment. And that's easy to say. Just one second. That's easy to say, and when it actually is there, it's a little bit more challenging, because our old fear-based programs are coming to the surface and trying to guide us in all different directions, which doesn't really work anymore, because this is what we are invited to transcend, those old ways of coping. And being in limitation and lack, and you have to do this to make sure that this doesn't happen, and it's basically nothing will work in the end. You can keep it going for a little while, but then it will all just push you to the edges of what you think is possible, and to your limits, and so to the verge of that you think that you might go insane, because the mind is also going through an incredibly important rewiring process, where it's actually being taken offline and then online again, when the higher mind, when we have allowed the heart to guide the way, and then the mind can come online again when it's not so persistent. So yeah, that's another discussion where you actually lose your thoughts, and you can't really plan anything. You have to just be completely in the present moment. But anyway, back to the toolbox. So back then, my toolbox wasn't very elevated or expansive at all. I really was just kind of navigating, like I was in the woods, just trying to find a way, the next step. And so being here now, 10, 15 years later, I'm like, wow, I'm so grateful, at least now, because I'm on the other side of those really challenging times, where I was only guiding with my heart and my source connection. I was like, phew. And it took a lot of time. I needed to experience things again and again and again and again. I was looping because I didn't get it, because I didn't understand what was going on. But now we have so much assistance through these tools. I can just briefly say what I use, and meditation, of course, is one of the first and foremost, is like the pillar where you have to kind of, because this is the only way to get to know your I am presence, and just feeling that source connection. And then there's, for me, light language is a given that has helped me through like everything, just restructuring on really deep subconscious levels. And also when I was not able to meditate for periods of time, when I was too exhausted, or there was too much mind chattering, or I just couldn't handle doing anything, light language was like a savior. It was just really bringing me back to who I am beyond this physical human experience. And yeah, and so there is all these physical things like essential oils, all of the diet you consume, because basically what we nurture ourselves with is incredibly important to help the crystalline activation of the DNA. Without going further into that, but it's basically our body goes from carbon-based to crystalline-based. And that means in reality that our whole structure is being, we're being completely restructured and reset in a way to the multidimensional blueprint, so that we will be able to be, be multidimensional here on planet Earth, and participating in the cosmic galactic community. But until now, we have been quarantined because we only had 2 strands of DNA activated, and that would, and our ego mind ruling, and that would bring us into situations where we would absolutely violate universal laws, which we have done over and over and over again, which is why we are in this little bubble, which we are now broadcasting out of. We are starting to have connection, and we're working in the quantum field. There are tons of antennas and volunteers here on planet Earth. Yeah, really, someone is anchoring the New Earth templates, I call them, and the frequencies down through the vertical pillar. And then all of these beautiful light workers and way showers all over the world, they're just vibrating them out into the collective through the horizontal field like this. And so everything is more available. And then I'm talking quickly because when these channelings come through, it's like, boop, boop, and I'm like, okay, hold on. There's so much we need to get through on such a short amount of time. But then Healy came along, and there are other tools as well. But let's just talk for a minute about Healy, because this is really a tool that works in the quantum. It's part of my guides, they always put names on things, and just to make it more logic and eatable, digestible for us. And they say that it's advanced spiritual technology. So this is it. Light language is it. So everything that feels expansive, that is limitless, that brings joy and passion and fun and creativity and playfulness into our lives, that is tools for the future, for this present moment, which is like our future moment. So it's really just using them like everything else in the right way. And yeah, just let's take a pause, and then you can ask me questions if you have one.
Yeah, so Healy came into both of our awareness a couple of years ago, and I don't think we were probably ready for it. I don't think we were a frequency match, but I truly believe when you're looking for your next level, when you're looking for that upgrade, when you have a prayer out there, I feel like Healy truly comes in and finds you. And it's an accelerated pathway is what I'm really tuning into. It works on every single layer of your being, but also in every single area of your life. And what I love about it, it can work on ancestral stuff, karmic, old patterns that we have been looping in for years and years and years. And it gets to your cells, right? It can really work on your nervous system with these straps that you always see us wearing, because it increases your ATP by 500%, which is basically cash for your cells, which I say is energy for your cells. And when your cells are healthy and they're happy, they have energy to heal themselves. It promotes self-healing. And to me, this tool is all about sovereignty. It's coming back, sovereignty with your health, with your time, with your money. And it's not looking outside of you. It's really like, I call it my ascension ally. And it's an accelerated pathway, and it has over 10 million frequencies, which is when you understand that everything has a frequency. And I truly believe your frequency is your biggest asset. Your frequency is your biggest currency. And when you lead with frequency, life gets a lot more effortless, in my opinion, instead of pushing 3D matter to matter. So
yeah, that's the whole difference. It's so much flow, and yeah, this feeling of things that are expansive and not keeping you like in this rigid old system. And I think also many have asked me, like, if you're still in a little like skeptical space where, oh, but do we actually need anything outside of ourselves? No, not really. In a few years, we will actually get to that space where we are fully expressed in our potential. But unfortunately, the transition from the third density to the fifth, it has never been done in the history of the universe ever before. So bringing organic, yeah, it is, we are here taking part in something truly, truly magical. But it doesn't always feel magical. It can feel incredibly challenging. And it is for the simple reason that we have to bring our bodies with us. This is the experiment, to help our bodies up level in such a way that we can host our soul in the physical human body, that we can be our whole multidimensional selves through a physical human body. Like earlier, Buddha, all of the ascended masters that have been walking this earth, when they reached this level of consciousness, they would die because the body was not supported by the earth at that time to sustain itself. These frequencies would just be too freaking high, because they are, when we are being bombarded in this very moment with really, really high vibrational energy, to help the body acclimatize and to facilitate the process of this up-leveling. So we are often talking about the mental process and the emotional clearings and healing our inner child and all the trauma that we've been through. And obviously this is incredibly important. It's impossible without doing that to level up our consciousness. But the physical body is always, I had this vision once when I was like, oh my God, why isn't it happening faster? And they said, dear Maria, just listen to this and look at yourself. You're carrying all of these things that you now have processed, the mental, emotional stuff, and connecting spiritually up. And the body is like, if you've been running a marathon and it's like way behind there, it doesn't cope, because this is the density. Everything else, we know this is, it can change quantumly. It can change in an instant. When you actually get something, it's like, whoo. And then you have to train yourself to not loop in the same patterns. But the body is just, you know, please nurture the body. It is going through an immense process of recalibration, hosting so much light, and the cells and the atoms, everything spinning so fast. It really is important to slow down, sleep a lot, give the body what it needs, hydrate. Take time to process, allow the body to get it, you know. Even if your mind and your soul and your heart is completely on board, the body is a little bit like, it's dense, it takes time. And that's where the Healy is just, yeah, unprecedented in the effects. I think it's really working quantumly, which is a new game. So not the same I had before. This is like what is available to us right now is accelerating the process so much, and it makes it so much more to flow with ease and grace. And so, yeah, back to your question, like, well, it was actually my question to myself that I get from my clients. They ask, like, why do we need it?
Yeah.
No, well, we don't need it right now. Well, we don't need it because actually everything is inside of us, but it just makes everything a lot easier and quicker and more loving, fun, and flowing with what is.
Yeah. So, and like when I ask people, what I hear from people is like their nervous system, it really helps to rewire the nervous system back to its natural state, because a lot of humanity is in survival, flight or flight, right? It works, right? So I always say you can't be in expansion and abundance and contraction at the same time. It's one or the other. So what I found is that the Healy device really helps you. It rewires your whole cells and your whole system, right? Brings you back into alignment. I'm actually running the coherence program right now, one of my favorites, and it's all about coherence, like mind, body, soul connection, right? And the other one is I hear a lot of people say, it just dissolves all this stress, just dissolves that I've been carrying around, and it really helps people maintain a calm vibration and that inner peace. And we all know that a calm vibration is an absolute magnet for manifestation and miracles, right? It's no longer this like emotional roller coaster where we're up and down. For me, no matter what I've been going through, even with my dog passing and like life is just happening, I'm able to just be like, you know what? There's still challenges, but I move through them with ease, grace, and flow, and just at accelerated pace, right? And I also feel like people just find that inner radiancy, that inner spark, that inner glow that's inside the whole time, but it's been bogged down from these blocks and distortions and all this sadness and stuff. But when we peel all that away, we're left with that inner beauty, that inner light, that inner radiancy. And yeah, that's the biggest things that I hear from people. They just feel like less stress, more calm, less worry, and manifest. I don't know, I'm speaking for myself here, but like I use the coaching feature, which is like one of my favorites. It comes on the Resonance Plus or professional model. And this is a great tool for dreams, desires, manifestations, intentions. And you put it in as if your intention is already done in the I am. Okay, so I always say money goal because people can really relate to that. So I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm receiving X amount of money per month with ease and fun and flow, and I'm so grateful. So we put it in, and the Healy scans your whole bioenergetic field, right? And it's basically picking up on where you are out of alignment with that intention. It just calls you out. Healy is so neutral, right? And it's always giving you this big data, all this information, because it's awareness. It's bringing the unconscious stuff that's going on in our field to the conscious so that we can look at it and go, oh wow, so this is what's been holding me back from those, 50K months? Okay, cool. And then not only does it work on ancestral karmic patterns, self-worth, family relationships, like in so many areas of your life, it's very holistic. It then runs customized frequencies for you to bring you back into alignment with your intention. So that's why manifestations are coming through at the speed of light, because you are seeing what's blocking you, but then you're also getting the embodiment of the frequency. So I've never seen something that shows you the problem, but then offers a solution right off the bat for you.
Yeah. It's amazing. And basically what you're describing now is where we're headed, where we are actually embodying the frequencies of being creators. We are creator beings. But before, we were also creating. We were just doing it unconsciously, and getting into that field where you are an observer in your reality and a creator of what is going on. So that makes you coming out of reactive mode, where you would just that's where we had these emotional roller coaster, where we're just leaves being thrown by the wind here and there, and life just takes us. And then you just kind of take a step back to this really peaceful, coherent space where there's an alignment between your mind and your heart is in charge. The mind is only there to help you organize whatever is needed, and basically just this device just helps you get into that state more often. So it can be done organically, but I just know that once people have a little feedback every now and then to okay, what's going on? Oh, okay, let's take a breath. Let's calm ourselves down. The nervous system comes down. You come out of the fight and flight. The adrenals that have been so overloaded. This has been, the last 3 years has been my absolute biggest challenge, because many years of this quite toxic relationships, both in my work environment and personally, I was so depleted and so in complete frenzy that my adrenals would be in very, very much overloaded. So this has been so, and getting my life force and energy back, and being in I have had some tests now. The last, we are on the move now. And before, I would for everything that is not flowing, I would be agitated. And now I've just been, okay. So it's not a matter of preference. I don't prefer it, but I am not reacting anymore. I'm responsive in an aligned way. What is the highest response I can have to whatever is happening right in front of me in this moment? And I know, so this is a training. This is really about getting into that higher level of consciousness. But if you have something like the Healy, and you do the meditations and whatever else is in your specific toolbox, it's just helping you master the human experience in a more efficient, loving, playful, and fun way.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I completely align with everything you just said. And when we get out of that healing, releasing, that mode, that phase where it's basically just to rewrite your whole beingness from the 3D mind kind of illusion, that's when you get to the 0 point. Okay, so what now? What do we do now? And when I was in that space, it was like the ego, yeah, you see, what do you do now? When we don't do it the old way, how are we going to create? But that's where also the fun comes in, with the device and with the consciousness you suddenly have access to really start creating in a new way, start creating from expansiveness and play and fun and what is possible, let's see. And also, so you can, and we put it in, as you said, in the coach and in the aura, and just as a little, a companion who you talk to, and it's like a consciousness of its own that you co-create with, to see, yeah, what do we want to do today? It's really helping us activate our potential and activate what we want to do with our lives when we kind of step out of the old and everything is just flipped upside down, and then to start to start creating in a completely new way from the heart. And so, yeah, it's limitless, the opportunities, what we're offered.
I love that. I love that. I love how you also said, like, you don't need to be looking outside of you. Like, I think you said this before about going to a doctor or coaches and healers. Yes, it's awesome to still have that one-on-one support if you require that. But now with the Healy, it's not necessary, because you run a scan on yourself in the morning. This is personally what I do. I run a scan on the resonance scan, and basically it's scanning my field for the top 5 programs that my body is in the most resonance with right now. What could my body really benefit from? So it's giving you real-time information on the fly in your own home. You don't need to leave, right? And it gives you the top 5 of like, where's my body lacking? And sometimes I do this before meditation. I'll run an aura scan, because it does all your chakras, and it'll say, okay, your root chakra is a little, low, or this is. So then when I'm doing my meditation, I'm then running my root chakra program. So it's my meditations are great, basically. Like, it's just helping me ground even more. And this device is for everyone and anyone, because we're frequency beings, right? We're energetic beings, and it can work on every layer of your being. It's not just a mindset tool. It's an energetic body, your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, your spiritual body, right? But it can also work in every area of your life, right? So if you're looking for concentration, productivity, if you're a CEO and you're playing a high level game, right? Clarity, it can work on your energy. If you're in fitness, if you're in the beauty industry, it has like a hair program, a nail program. I mean, it's just endless. And then there's all these meridians where you can really look into your organs, because we know that organs and the emotions are all tied together, right? So it's just like clearing your organs on a daily basis as well. So
yeah, it really is. And also, again, this question comes in, I don't know why, but maybe it's because those who are watching or will watch in the future, they're like but why do we need so I'm going through this anyway, without this device or without this or that. But what we're sharing here is basically just that we are conscious about what we put in our toolbox and how we can make it easier on ourselves. Because yes, we do have it within us, but we are not superhumans yet. We're not multidimensional yet. So getting there quicker and with more maturity, because what I really love about it is for everyone, because you can basically have no knowledge about this, and then it will kind of put you slowly on the path and just give something back to you that will start a process that it will seed you with something that is already within you. It's not new information. None of this is new. It's just a reminder of what you already have in your like multidimensional consciousness. And everything else that I do as well with the light language. And people ask me, oh, where did you learn that? No, I didn't learn it anywhere. It's something that is being activated within me. It's knowledge that is coming online because I just forgot, because I was in such a dense body that it couldn't really hold all that information. And this is also very like characteristic for once you hit those higher levels of consciousness, you access information that you didn't even know you had. So the Healy is really just one way of reading back to you information and awareness about this body and the field and my emotions and my ancestral lineage and everything that is like the grand scale of things. The big picture is just kind of nudging you into that path so that you regain full consciousness of who you truly are. And so yeah, I think it's really an integrated part of the whole journey. That's why I love it so much. It feels really sacred to me. It's like, yeah, it's just offering something really beautiful. And you can do whatever you want with it, which is also bringing us into that theme of immaturity, which has a lot to do with evolving on this path, becoming responsible and becoming more mature with all the choices that we make, how we focus our energy, where we give it to, and basically just bringing us back to the center where we can make aligned choices and taking inspired action in our lives, instead of just being slaves in an illusion which is about to collapse anyway. And we might as well do it in a conscious and less frightening way, where we feel that, yeah, I got this, whatever comes into my life, I'm ready, just bring it on, and with joy, and basically also steering it in the direction that you desire. Like, what do I want to create? Let's just, yeah, play with it and see what's coming. And yeah, this tool, light language, oils, movement, dancing, singing, just practicing coming out there, being our full expression. Because you might say that, oh, but someone else is doing that, or it can never be the same because it's you. And it's like this, we've heard this so many times, but really feeling into that, like this unique expression also comes with a responsibility. Do you want to live on this planet and not bring it through? There are so many people that perhaps are waiting for that to come through. And many of the different, I think the coach is really good for that, like actually activating that inspiration of, oh, maybe I see that I love the cake, when it comes up on the scan and you see that somewhere you're really flowing and you're in full abundance, and other cake pieces are like almost not there. And then it's like, oh, maybe I need to work a little bit on that area of my life and just bring some supportive frequencies into that space. And maybe that would bring me into more flow, into more abundance and prosperity and joy. Because what I know, when you're in that space of low frequency vibrations, it's not easy to see out. You get so used to that state where it's just kind of numb that you don't really have a desire even to create anything fun. If I would used to say to myself, if I had all the money in the world, all the time and resources, what would I do? No, I would still just sit here. That was like when things are really releasing from our fields and you're in the thick of it. Things like this is just such beautiful gifts, because it reminds you of the spark of the life force.
Well, it's really bringing you back to your original blueprint.
Exactly.
Your original, add the blocks, the limitations, the distortions in our field. That's the magic of it. And you get to be the director and see what you want to create. Yes. It's powerful. Well, oh my God, before we could go on and on all day about this stuff, because it's this is our mission. But if you hear this transmission now on the replay and something activates inside of you and you want to know more about the device or anything that we talked about, our hearts are open, our inboxes are open, comment, frequency below if you want more information about the device. They are 60% off until Thursday, I believe, on the 30th. Lots of goodies and bundles and gifts and giveaways. So yeah, we're here to be of service to you and hold you in your highest. Maria, anything you want to add on while we'll wrap it up?
No, I think we've covered a lot. But there's always, we have our web pages for all the different things. Right, today we talked mostly about Healy because we're so passionate about it. And truly, I wish all of humanity would have one. And maybe at some point we will, because it's such a good companion as a complement and a supplement to everything else that we do on this journey. But yeah, everything is available. It's just for the eyes and hearts to search for it, and then it will be given.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you for your transmission and sharing your codes and your wisdom and just your beautiful light. We love.
Thank you so much, dear.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
everyone.